This is a pyramid made out of clay slabs. To make it, you will need to measure out some triangular templates on 1-inch graph paper. First, decide how wide you would like the base of your pyramid to be. It could be 2, 3, 4, or even 5 inches wide. I'm going to make a 3-inch wide pyramid. So I'll draw a line across 3 inches on the graph paper. To draw out an equilateral triangle and have an evenly shaped pyramid, you will need to mark the middle of your side length. For a 3-inch wide base, that mark will be at 1.5 inches. Then use the ruler to draw a line straight up from that mark. This mark will show where the middle of your triangle is, and you will use it to make sure that the other sides of your triangle are the exact same length as the first side, making an equilateral triangle. Since my first side was 3 inches, I'm going to connect the 0 mark of the ruler to the line and the 3-inch mark to the end of the first side of my triangle and draw that line. Then repeat on the other side. The result is a triangle where all 3 sides are exactly the same width. In this case, 3 inches. Label this your base so you know which part of the pyramid it is and put your initials on it. The walls of your pyramid could be the exact same shape as the base, but I would like my walls to be a little bit taller. So I'm going to measure out a 3-inch base. I'm going to find the middle of that base at the 1.5 mark and draw a line. And for my sides, I want them to be taller than 3 inches. I'm going to make them 4 inches tall. You can make your pyramid up to 5 inches tall, but don't go beyond that. Draw a line from the top center of your triangle down to the bottom corners. And you will have the sides of your pyramid. Label that sides or wall, and then put your initial on it as well. And then cut out your template shapes nice and neat. Once you have your templates, you're ready to roll out some slabs and cut out the shapes you need. Grab a hunk of clay and begin rolling it out from the center out, making sure it's nice and even. Roll 2 or 3 times and then flip. Roll and flip until you've rolled out a slab of clay that is pinky thick. If your clay slab is thicker than a pinky, it will be too heavy and awkward to build with. If it's thinner than a pinky, it will be too flimsy and weak. So make sure that as you roll out your slab, you keep track of its thickness. And stop rolling once it is even and pinky thick. Once you have a good slab of clay, set your base onto the slab and cut it out, leaving an extra pinky's width from the edges of your paper template. You need this extra for the base of your pyramid so that the sides can rest on top of it. Once you have your base, roll out some more pinky thick slabs and cut out your sides. When you cut out the sides, you can cut right along the edge of your paper template. Try to cut out as many sides as possible out of each slab of clay. Continue rolling out slabs of clay and cutting out walls until you have 3 walls and a base. Then you can stack them up and see how they fit together. It usually takes a whole class period to cut out all the shapes that you need, and you'll want to package them up with a piece of paper in between them so that they don't stick together when you put them on your shelf overnight. Stack them up neatly, making sure there's a sliver of paper between each piece. Once you have all of your pieces, you're ready to attach them. But you'll notice as you fit the walls together that the corners of the walls keep the pieces from really fitting together well. You need to get rid of that corner to fit them together. Use your metal scoring disc to scratch up the corners of each wall so that you wear away the corner. If you scratch them up enough, you will create a flat surface that fits together well. Scratch up the corners of all of the walls and also scratch around the edge of the base and the bottom of each wall as well. You need to scratch up every single part of the clay that will fit together. These scratches create clay Velcro that will allow the pieces to bond. Once you have scratched up all the attachment points, dip your fingers into water and dab water onto all of the scratched areas. The water will act like glue to help hold your pieces together. Once you've scratched and dabbed, stand your pieces up and firmly but gently press them together at the corners. Now your pyramid is together, but to make it neater and stronger, use a clay tool to stitch the seams between each slab of clay. Draw lines perpendicularly across the seams between the slabs. Then use your clay tool and your fingers to smooth it out completely. And you will have a finished pyramid. Congratulations.